Why are we even keeping him around?
Target is near you, Agent.
Drinking water nearby.
That's your target. That's another one down. Good job, Agent.
I get a baton.
Civilians in distress.
The ramp to the parking garage looks like your best way in.
I'm gonna need a medic.
True Sun's munitions detected.
Help! He's on the flight! We have a friend in the airplane!
That's close enough!
I'll set up my turret!
Keep that, Agent!
We need to figure out what they're doing here. See if you can find any intel on their operation. Seems like these guys are salvaging and repurposing anything they can from this place. They're crafty bastards, I'll give them that. Tag anything useful and I'll send in a recovery team later.
And blow the shit out of anything too dangerous.
Hiding there? Better go see. Gonna get you!
They're here!
You want some?
Serious trauma detected. Reinforcements incoming.
Keep moving. Need to clear the next one.
So fucking
done fucking things up there.
Keep moving. Still got 2 halls to clear.
Hostile radio intercepted.
Division's on my 6!
So cut through the planetarium. We gotta secure that ordnance.
won't leave anyone alive. We hear you! I'm gonna fuck you up! Now what do we do? Incapacitate the target. Someone's down!
What's up, Mug?
Not much, you?
Same shit. Different day.
Let's see what's in this case.
Good stuff.
Mechanical components detected.
Oh man. 2 helmet guys. Let's see what we got. More junk. Special bullets over here. Incendiary.
Vital signs critical. Agent incapacitated.
Man, I'm just off today. I can't hit anything.
Kind of pisses me off that clutch only works on SMGs.
What was the clutch perk?
So what happens is when you're down to 0, all your critical hits repair like 1% in armor and like 20% of your health or something like that.
Oh, nice.
But
Only on SMGs.
But it seems to distinctly only work on SMGs because like I'm getting good hit opportunities with
Serious trauma.
it's like it doesn't do anything. Let's see if it's specifically only on. Yeah, it says while using an AR, SMG, or an LMG, and yet
Doesn't work.
it doesn't seem to proc very often or at all on the AR. Even though I think with the build I have on this one, it should be.
Critting fairly often.
Yeah, because it's like on my AR, it's 49.5%. Like
Shit, so like damn near every other shot.
it should be like every other shot, but then like I'm shooting someone and it's barely doing anything, and I switch to the SMG and suddenly it's like a dramatic difference. So I think I don't know. I feel like it's bugged if that's what's happening.
More than likely is, I mean, a lot of these talents seem like they're kind of buggy from time to time. There it is.
I'm setting a recovery team. Link up with them and you'll be done there.
The crit chance.
Components. Construction.
Museum's collection.
Max out at
They can wriggle the board. The guys in the lighthouse or settlement.
Kinda goes without saying, but missile mine rounds, I'm sure they can never.
Is your current build capped at the 60?
You're mine now.
I think when I use the and then on the AR it's 49.5%. So that's why I'm like,
Damn. Still pretty high.
yeah. So that's why I'm like, so why is it? It seems like to be working when I switch to the SMG versus the AR, and I'm like, is that distinctly different? Like, I mean, I get the percentages for higher.
Database match indicates designation LMR 90.
It's so close.
That would
like
be the
almost
missile
10%
then.
difference.
Please neutralize that fucking thing by any means necessary.
Damn it. The salvage crew just ran
Weird, I'll
into
have
those
to,
reinforcements.
yeah, I'll have to
They
breed
need
that the
backup.
next time I actually get one of those guns that have that perk.
Yeah, this is on the. You get it with the gloves. You get the.
Oh, okay.
It's on the gloves. Yeah. It literally says AR, SMG, or
But not so defensive, though.
Unbelievable. I can't get headshots. Game's broken. They changed something.
Factory's out of action and they lost a big stockpile of ordnance. Throw in the fact that the settlements can scavenge those workbenches and tools, and I'd say it's been a pretty good day.
Let's see.
Any interest in an F2000? Or what are you looking for nowadays? AR still?
Yeah. Anything with, usually an AR with strained, or what's the other one? Or optimist, I think. I think that's what it's called. It's the one with the thumbs up. Let me see what it says. Yeah, optimist. There we go.
Bunch of junk. Gear-wise, you set for now, or?
If you see anything with unstock, I think it's a chest piece with unbreakable, or what's the other pieces? Or you find a, God, what's that brand? Oh, I can't think of it right now. Let me pull it up. Or if you find a mask, Wyvern wear mask, I'll take that.
Yeah, I got the...
Or Wyvern backpack, I'll take that too.
Got a bunch of Petrov. And you're looking for a chest piece with unbreakable?
Yeah, I think it's on the chest piece for unbreakable.
Oh, is it the one when you break their armor, it deals more?
It's supposed to, I think, refill, at least an opportunity to refill your armor back up by like 70%.
Oh, okay.
I got an M45A1 pistol with salvage, optimized and greased.
I do have a chest piece with unbreakable, but it's the Fort 97. And I can't share it, shit.
Oh well.
I was painfully going through building up control points earlier with some randoms and got a bunch of crap.
That sucks. I mean, I feel like I still get a bunch of blueprints here and there. Not that I feel like I'm actively going to be using them anytime soon.
I know. I don't know why I've had this desire lately to just grind out for blueprints, and then I'm like, all right, now I got all these guns that I have no need to craft because none of them craft at 500.
Mm-hmm. Or at least if the crafted even just below, like 499 or something like that, or from 495 to 499, something like that, then I would be like, okay, I can swing that because it's close enough. But the fact that it won't go past 490 just seems like, it just seems weak.
Yeah, pointless. Get a wyvern holster with self-adjusting armor, 14% crit hit damage.
Nah, I already got a wyvern holster with 13% crit hit chance with surgical for an additional 5.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Alright. To the deconstruction it goes. Wow, all that shit and I get 1. They have to do something with the materials.
Right? It's so bad.
Deconstruct all this shit and it gives you nothing.
It's so bad.
I think I might like get just under 1 million credits. So it's like, well, there's no point in selling anymore. So I guess I'll take what little materials they'll give me. Do you want to continue doing the dailies, or do you want to do the invaded?
Detected.
Rooftop. There's not much
Because you still need some for the Nemesis, right?
No, actually, I unlocked it finally, like, last week, like Thursday or Friday. I got the last piece at the Roosevelt.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I have it crafted, which hilariously, it technically does more damage per shot, according to the stats, than the signature weapon.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's pathetic how bad the signature weapon is compared to the Nemesis. I remember I started seeing articles as soon as people started getting those the Nemesis, how they're like, what's the point of having the special if the Nemesis does significantly more damage and you have plenty of ammo?
Mm-hmm. Then I was like, that can't be right. And then I literally pick it up and I'm like, huh, okay, 296.9k. Okay, let me go to my signature weapon. 241. And it's like, oh, for crying out loud. It's using a 50 caliber.
Shit, and actually,
It's a 50 caliber.
At least yours are somewhat close. My Nemesis is at 328,000.
I was gonna say, did you have stats that boost marksmanship rifle rounds?
Yes.
That's why. I think I kind of compensate with 86% headshot damage. But
Oh, okay.
yeah, I only have a 3% marksman rifle boost. But that should really be, I should really have that much higher. But I think, I guess with my setup, it's like just get the headshots.
Yeah.
Overall, just get the headshot. But oh my god, so when I see that, I'm like, yep. And God,
I guess it's still 100,000 damage difference between the Nemesis and the TAC 50.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what was the point?
Seriously. If anything, it should have just been scaled upwards with, I don't know, all the other weapons. Like, it's ridiculous. Yet, I think it was last night, I finally found that hunter, the last hunter I needed to snipe.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I took a headshot with the Nemesis, and I got the red bullet numbers, right? So it was a headshot because it came up as red.
Mm-hmm.
But it was only at 888,000, and he was still
Your business is
like
appreciated.
running away. So I was like, okay, so clearly I need to hit him at like 1,000,000.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, damn, I need to change up my build specifically just to take that douche out.
We got him. Like when you're doing your wedding things, we got that one down by the monument.
Nice.
He didn't even like we didn't need to tag him with a headshot. He just popped out right in front of me at the monument and we dropped him.
Oh, you're so fucking lucky because for me, every time he's like on top of somewhere, he's on top of something. I shoot him a bunch of times and like nothing. Like and like I said last night, straight headshot, boom, like 888K. Not enough.
We're using the Nemesis?
And I was using the Nemesis. Like I switched to it because I'm like, oh, it does more damage. Aimed at it, did the full charge, and took the shot, and then it was like 888K, and I was like, wow, and he's still alive. Fuck.
Did you mark him before you shot though?
No, I did not. So I guess, you can mark him.
Well, if you just hover over him with your crosshairs, that's the talent, the Nemesis talent, where it says your shot gains 5% damage to your Nemesis for each second they are marked, to a max of 50%. So you just highlight them with your crosshairs, and then they'll have like a red outline, and then that will start stacking your damage.
Okay, that's what. Then I didn't wait for that. I just took the shot. I aimed, and as soon as the outer ring did the charge, and then I took the shot when it filled up. Yeah, because I think the timing was just like either NPCs are gonna start shooting at me, and it's gonna spook him, and I was like, I'm gonna have to take the shot, or hold off, probably get hit by NPCs, and then he'll get, skittish and run off, and then I'll be like, and I lost another opportunity again.
Man, it's gonna be your unicorn, man.
Dude, it seriously is. It's like the last ivory key and mask that I need, and then I can finally open that stupid box and then get the last mask, and that's it. Oh well. Oh well.
Do you know what's in the box?
No, I do not. Isn't it like a white F2000 or something, or?
I don't know, because I'm still. I think it's 7 of 8 keys. Yeah, 7 or 8.
Yeah, I'm
I need that.
8.
I still need the one at the. And I think mine's like just broken at this point. The one at the. What the hell's that building called? The.
Is it near like an
mausoleum? Yeah, the one where you shoot the 13 windows or whatever in the front.
Oh.
Doesn't matter what time I go. Like if I log out, log back in, everything, like it will not spawn. It's just broken for me.
I think I got lucky with that one. That after I took out the 3 guys, near that Christmas tree, I just ran out into the street after I took care of those guys, because NPCs, like I think it was the True Sons guys had walked in on him, so they started fighting the NPCs. So I took advantage and picked them off. And then when I ran out to the street, there was this random 4th hunter, so I started shooting at him, and then dropped him. And so that's how I got lucky with that one. I didn't have to shoot anything at the mausoleum. So I know these ghosts are like, or not ghosts, hunters are super glitched out, because I didn't shoot anything at that mausoleum windows, and
they just popped.
And he was just there, and I just started shooting. I was like, oh fuck.
Shit.
Yeah. So I don't blame you, Har. I hear you when you say it's glitched. I'm like, yeah, it's probably glitched for me too. Fuck.
So buggy. I don't get it.
Yeah. Have I ever seen Unbreakable? I've only seen Unstoppable Force.
What do you think? Daily Grand Washington Hotel
Sure.
or Jefferson?
Whichever. I don't have a particular preference, so either one works for me.
Oh, actually, I need to see if I have. I was 3 steel short for the daily blueprint. See if I pick that up. I did.
Nice.
M44 replica. Yeah, see, I don't need it, but I just hoard the freaking blueprints.
Yeah. I mean, this is like a huge bummer. Is that alone? It's just the fact, like, alright, I'll just take it because, you know, whatever. But it's not.
Yeah, I want them all, but they don't do anything for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're just not.
I think I might have to quit the game once I actually collect all the blueprints.
You have nothing to achieve now, except maybe the best build possible, whatever the hell that is.
As of now, it seems like just DPS, right?
That's what I'm hearing. It's just you really focus on a crazy amount of DPS, or
Get the right talent.
you get really good gear mods by farming the gear caches, I guess, from the game with the second character, because then like those mod chips are just ridiculously high. Like you can get a solid one piece that does like an extra 6% marksman rifle damage, and then you get another one that just does another 6 or 7% weapon damage. That's just a mod piece that you can just drop into any gear that's like general or whatever.
Okay.
And instantly you just boost your stacks of your talents that way. To do what you need for certain weapon talents, like hard hitting, or not hard hitting, like in my case, I have like clutch or something. So I do what I need to activate that talent, and then if I can drop in any extra mods I need, then it's just pop them where I can, so that way, like, I could have like an insane amount of health or insane amount of damage without, you know, any quote unquote god roll tier gear and stuff.
Yeah.
So I do have a second character I'm trying to do that with. It's level 13 right now, but supposedly you want to get your character at least between levels 18 and 24. And then once you've done that, then go around the map shooting down the parachute caches, because apparently those are guaranteed to at least drop you one. And as soon as you hopefully find the one you want, then just put it in your stash and let your other character pick it up.
So much grinding.
Mm-hmm. It's a huge grind, so that's why I've been pretty slow at it. Like, I barely got it to 13 like a day or two ago, and then I'm like, I'm not feeling it to go back and just keep trying all over again with that character to get it up. What is this?
See, it sounds like we need more in-game content if that's what the game has become for some of us. Just looking for those equipment mods now.
And well, that's another thing people are saying. They're like, that's broken as fuck, because why would a high-end just have it in the low 1 to 2% for like weapon damage and AR damage, whereas like a generic blue mod from earlier in the game can give you a boost of like 6. Like, shouldn't the high ends give you that, and the blue mods give you 2%, 1%, that kind of thing?
Yeah, it's all backwards.
Mm-hmm. And so that's where I'm like, well, shit. God, I gotta boost my health. This health is so low.
What are you at?
Well, because this is my crit hit, or this is my loadout for high amount of crit hit chances. So I'm like 9, 4, and 4, but like my health is at 59k. So it's super,
Holy shit, that is low.
That is super low. And the problem is, I guess like I could switch. I could maybe find. I think I have like an alternative armor piece that can boost the
Health up.
the health up, but then I think as soon as I do that, oh, well, I guess if I do that, I lose part of the Fenris group's extra 10% assault rifle damage.
Oh,
So
yeah, that is pretty handy to have.
yeah. Or if I can boost myself to like 100k health, which would be better. But then I think if I do that, it jumps my blue to 5, and I think I lose the clutch. Yeah. Which I think I'll take that over not having it, like, at all. But that's another thing, too. You could find generic mods that are, like, apparently, like, a boost to your overall health by, like, 16.5%. Like, something ridiculous like that.
Shit, what's gonna happen though if they patch that away?
I'm sure should be what
Eventual.
should happen. That should be eventually, but like as far as what I've seen online, it's like they have made zero effort or have mentioned nothing about patching it. So like a lot of people are like super pissed off. It's like the last state of the game. You just wasted our time talking about the AI of the game. Not a single fucking one of you mentioned, oh yeah, by the way, we're going to patch all these mods. We know the mods are not where they should be, so we're going to patch them lower for now, and then we'll fix it in another title update, something. It still hasn't been addressed, so a lot of people are still pissed off, so it's like, alright, then just farm for the gear mod on the second character.
On your other character with like a lower tier crafting station, could you craft those? I don't remember when you get the blueprint to craft those. The blues.
I'm pretty sure I can.
And then pop them in your stash like that as opposed to like grinding for them.
I think I could probably do that because every time I level up, it says my crafting station's gone up. And when I go to check, it just says I've reached. It's just falling in line with what I level up to. So like my character is like the second character is 14, so that's what it says my crafting level is at. And I already unlocked the chick that does the crafting station. I'm pretty sure she's right there. So I think if I have enough money, I could probably.
Because I thought like you have to use the materials to upgrade your station to get it from blue to purple to high
Vital
end.
works as well.
Yeah,
So like if you just stayed
you get
permanently
those there,
at
and then you can
blues,
roll one of the
you could, like,
attributes
just
here, so you
roll
get like
nonstop.
super high attributes. That's what you want to do. A protocol mod slot here. It is the wrong
I was
Fenris.
gonna say I'm pretty sure I can. What sucks is between my characters they don't share the resources.
Oh, so you still have to grind out for those resources.
Yeah, I noticed that the other day. I was like, oh, I should have a shit ton because I literally made that connection like you did, and then when I go to look, I'm like, oh, I have nothing.
That sucks.
And I was like, oh, okay, I see what they did there, but my stash could swap the mods over. I'm like, all right, well, they had to stick the grind in somewhere.
Yeah, because when you deconstruct, like, could you just put a bunch of shit in your stash to deconstruct 4 materials on that character?
Oh, probably, for sure. So if I find a bunch of junk that I know can drop, like, polymers and whatever, I should just start dumping them into my stash, because then I can pick up all that junk and deconstruct it all. I just know I can't equip it, because at a minimum, I need to be level 30 if I actually wanted to use that stuff, but that's my understanding. That's how I'd have to do it. To at least use the materials that way. So I see what you're saying. Huh, that might be the way to go, because I could at least speed things up a little bit. Oh, man. Anyway, yeah, we can keep going, do whatever you...
Doesn't really matter to me if you want to do the invaded or the dailies. I don't care. Or if you want to grind out control points, don't matter to me.
Does the invaded give slightly better drops or anything, or is it just like it's all the same?
I don't know. I've never really paid attention to the drops on them. Let's see. I guess invaded you get 1 green equipment to high end.
Okay. Interesting.
I mean, do you need any more of the ongoing directive or which is the other crap one? Patriot?
Nah. I was gonna say
Not really.
Nah, it's like it's funny because I've been collecting those, but I feel like God, I have so many of these.
Why? Yeah.
Yeah, like I have so many of these things, but then like I look under projects, like I'm pretty sure like I'm still missing some random thing in order to craft something associated with it. That needs frenzy. Yeah, I'm still somehow missing a hardwired C, B, and G component. Like those have never dropped.
Oh, those, yeah. Let's see what those are associated with. You need which one?
I think it's B, G, and something else. Let me see. Where is it? Yeah. C, B, and G. Hardwired component or
Go a long way, Agent.
See, so we could do Jefferson, because that's a daily also, and see if you get lucky this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because actually I'm missing that one as well. There's 3 of them that I don't have that just never dropped.
Okay. Yeah, let's go for it.
Shit. I traveled to the dark zone, my bad.
No worries. No worries.
Doesn't have to be on beta, does it?
Let me see.
To get the components?
It just says, oh, materials from the scare have been scattered by black tusk patrols. So I guess
So
they
it
would
does
have
need to be.
Yeah. They seem to be the only ones who drop it then, yeah. So that means
Shit, then we can't do this one.
Grand, Washington Hotel, Jefferson, Federal, Emergency Bunker, Lincoln Air and Space Museum, and Bank Headquarters.
I think
Those 6.
of those, only Grand Washington then is currently
There's
invaded.
not much activity on the outside. They're tucked in nice and tight.
Oh, we can't fast travel because it's invaded.
Yeah, make that fancy.
Look to see how you actually fast travel in this game. Watch as one of the survivors at
Civilians
workshop
in
is
danger.
just carrying you around. That'd be awesome.
There's not much activity.
Black Tusk assault team has taken up residence inside the hotel.
It's an emergency.
It's uncertain whether they're targeting the
It's the
theater or
guy's
the
like
White House.
the helmet
Nine
on
is
is
good
like
for us. Get in there and solve the problem.
like the like Blues Brothers like red flashing cop siren. He starts making the noise with his mouth. Oh, that'd be great.
They should just add bicycles. That dude that's normally playing with us lone shooters, that's his biggest complaint. He's like, man, why don't they just put fucking vehicles in this, like, mounts or something? I'd be happy with a bicycle.
We're still standing! They won't be attacking our settlement now.
Junk.
Supplies nearby.
funny. I was reading a random Forbes article the other day, and it was just saying how
Getting them.
the lack of in-game content and
Black Tusk Assault Team out of there is your main objective. But there are a few high-priority targets we want you to neutralize. Their codenames are Puck, Roadblock, and Carver.
Yeah, but I
Getting
mean,
that Black Tusk Assault Team out of there is your main objective.
I mean, well, I guess Division 1, I mean, it was a learning experience. Though, with Division 1, like, I could just grind the Dark Zone for hours, and I was content with that.
Control point detected.
This one, a little different.
Hostiles guarding
the
patient nearby.
problem is they
Hostile blockade nearby.
I guess the casuals or the hardcore PvE player base.
You're gonna have to do
Yeah.
this room by
Because I
room.
think that was the
We
goal.
have zero intel on how they're set up on
Alright.
site.
Stuff's gonna be 515, but all that gear specifically is in Dark Zone. That includes the weapons at 515. And all this
Yeah, I remember they backtracked on that, though, and we're like, alright, it'll be in the raid as well. So for the PvE guys, you know, that'd have been fine. I don't even know if that would have really solved it for me, though. It's just the Dark Zone is so much different in this game compared to the first one. I loved the first one. It was so big, you know, you didn't have to worry about, you know, only having 2 extractions and getting rolled by guys. You could kind of bait them, you know, like fire off in one place, run to another, and
Oh yeah, that was great. Well, the builds were good. Like,
more diverse, too.
yeah, you could make a hybrid striker or nomad with like the ninja backpack and do a slight combo of certain talents if you didn't have the full gear set. But there was there's no point in doing that.
Oh no, the benefits are not great enough for, you know, just having a nice high-end build. Have you ever heard of a YouTube guy named B. Dobbins? B. Dobbins. I guess he was a Halo player maybe back in the day, but he I don't know, he has an interesting perspective on a lot of game reviews, and he was talking about on this game that like he feels like the developers focused more on like the experience you get with loot drops as opposed to like the actual like fight mechanics, like how boring all the boss fights normally are. It's just, you know, same characters that you usually fight with just a special name, you know, as opposed to like a unique fight.
Picking up some encrypted chatter in your vicinity.
Yeah, I can see that.
Assume they know you're coming.
Oh shit, never knew there was a room back here.
Oh yeah, there's
Nothing in
usually
it.
a gun case back there.
Ah. Using your nemesis or no?
Nah, I'm just using AR and Shatterbox.
Ah.
I mean, that's what I need to do. Is
That was actually all 500, holy shit.
terminate gloves. It's just garbage. It's hot garbage.
You got it.
is on challenging.
Roadblock has been neutralized. One priority target remains.
Too easy on with just 2 people, isn't it?
Yeah, I was thinking one of them was gonna push me up top, like more aggressively, and then nothing. So I was like, oh, all right, I'll just keep.
Just say. Have you done challengings on solo?
I think I have like a once or twice, but I'm pretty sure like my gear was like nowhere near where it is now, so I might have had an issue trying.
Oh, and then there's that whole thing where they nerfed. Remember how difficult challenging was?
Oh yeah, that's right.
So I mean now, I was just doing something the other day, and it's so fucking easy because there's no enemies. There's just like 3 enemies per wave. It's so easy.
Why are they listening to those
Heads up. There's movement on the roof. They just
I
sent
feel like
multiple
they
squads
could
back down into the
probably
building.
make the guys on challenging hit a little harder. Make it a little more difficult, because in that first division, challenging, I remember, was a fucking nightmare.
Oh yeah.
So hard.
Yeah, I think
Remember the shotgun guys?
Oh god.
If you didn't drop those guys immediately, everyone was dead.
I think that was. I remember that the Last Stand wave thing when the shotgun guys came out. Everyone's like focus on them first, then switch.
Yep.
Oh my god. That's what I was expecting. They really like dumped it down hard.
Found him.
Going out.
I guess all the actual mechanics and stuff are in the raid, but since it doesn't drop anything really worth the shit, I don't really have any desire to do it, do you?
Well, the only thing I'm just curious about is the exotic AR that
Actually, I don't even know. What are the talents on that?
I forget.
They're really fantastic.
Actually, really, I need to look at a guy on YouTube that does a review on it. I need to actually watch that one and see what it
Another
does.
batch of reinforcements just headed down from the roof.
Because I haven't heard anything spectacular about it. Like, the review, I haven't seen articles about it, like they did with Nemesis. Like,
On the way.
destroyed.
I can't move.
So,
And I mean, I don't know, it'd have to be pretty awesome to be more valuable than like a Chatterbox combo or Nemesis. Actually, I heard great things about Liberty, but I have yet to actually get the blueprint for that.
Liberty.
The pistol.
Oh, well, that one's actually really cool. I have that one.
Looks like
That
they're
one's through
taking up defensive
getting
positions
it
around a
through
mobile
zones.
command post
You
topside.
need a
If they've got a command station, you
You
should pull
definitely need
data
a
from it.
Beagle that you're gonna have to
Donor.
sacrifice in order to craft that one. And so I definitely have that one. That one actually is really cool. It basically kind of like it's like a pistol, so there's already like an inherent huge high headshot damage output because it's a pistol. But I forget what like some of the talents I have. The guns I can read that shit.
Download initiated.
Yeah, I thought it was great for just the other weapon you're carrying with it.
Yeah, so the Liberty perk is gain 100% damage to hostile electronics. So those will highlight as like red on the person. And then after destroying the enemy's weak point or the hostile electronic, your next weapon bullet does plus 500 weapon damage. And if that shot kills the enemy, it'll
25%
refill your
complete.
magazine and grant 100% weapon damage for the entire magazine.
Shit.
So
That's totally worth having.
So like, because it's still a pistol, so it does damage to chest and headshots. But if you just select the I saw one guy doing it.
That's complete.
Run up to it and you can see headshot him, kill. Then his whole magazine like 100% more damage. So breaks it with 2 shots. Players
Shit.
like 1 shot the armor and the next shot the health. And if you got the headshot of those insta
Complete.
granted you only have 8 rounds, but still
Oh yeah, they shit buffed the hell out compared to the last one, I think.
Lock the man.
Last one, they were like damn near worthless.
I know I've kept some armor pieces that have pistol damage because I wanted to do it like a pistol build. Then this whole logs thing
Fuckers trying to flank us.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
Man, don't these guys know their boss is dead? Come on.
you want them to surrender.
Yeah. Walk away, man. Walk away. You're not getting paid for this.
All 3 priority targets, down for the count.
They stop shooting like, hey, boss is dead. What do we do? We just
Yeah.
execute for a new boss? I don't know, man. Who's paying me to
Get
tell
outta
you
here.
this? I could answer that for money.
Oh shit. Hardwired M. I wonder if that's one I needed or if that's a duplicate. I don't remember. You didn't get any of the components off this guy?
I don't think so. No, this guy didn't drop anything. I got another True Patriot holster, though.
Oh shit.
Reinforcements entering the building on the ground floor.
Yeah.
Roger that.
Fantastic.
Agent, you're gonna have your hands full.
Lead pass damage to elites. Oh, this is some shit.
Oh, actually, yeah, I needed that one. Hardwire M component. And somehow I have 3 Gs. Man, drop rate on those fucking wonky, I guess.
It's ridiculous. think for a while I was trying to farm outcast named bosses to try to get Sweet Dreams or Lullaby. Because apparently with those guys, it just drops. You don't have to do anything.
Yeah, I guess let's see, Sweet Dreams.
So that one's not bad because if you have like an LMG or even a marksman rifle build like yours, you just combat and it 10% of the mag.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so you just have that as a secondary. Shoot, roll twice, get on the mag. And to get too close, and shotgun.
Helps.
Yeah. Like that,
Behind you. More guys coming out of the door. Probably another True Patriot jump.
Yep, True Patriot map.
Oh, so sweet.
It's not entirely bad. It's just 10%.
All clear. Blast task appears to have abandoned the location.
No, that's the problem with the gear sets right now. I think if they introduced some new gear sets, I think that would solve a lot of the problems right now, as far as giving us something to want.
Yeah, that's the problem right now. They're just, nah. Damage to elites, health on kill. That's just junk.
Got anything worth of crap?
Go to HQ and transfer bunches of junk to stash so I can dismantle it with my other character to get the materials from it at least.
Yeah, isn't that nice? Your geared out character is just a material gatherer guy now.
For these mods, yeah, but it's ridiculous. It's so bad. It's just so fucking bad. Where are you? There you are. Jump. Did you ever watch this show on Adult Swim called the Venture Brothers?
No.
It's like a cult. It has like a cult following now, just because the creators of the show are so slow at coming up with episodes for the show and stuff. But what I love about it is that it basically makes fun of like all the old school cartoons like Johnny Quest, G.I. Joe, and those realms of
Oh man, I grew up on Johnny Quest, so that sounds kind of interesting now.
Yeah, so it makes fun of that, but it also makes fun of like superheroes and like, so with all these new recent like with all these new Marvel movies that have been coming out, it's fucking great because because it makes fun of it. So like, once you've seen any of these Marvel movies, it's like you can immediately pick out like, oh, they're totally making fun of Doctor Strange with this guy. Oh, they're totally making fun of Captain America with this guy, and like all these different types. And so it's basically, so there's a G.I. Joe element, right? So G.I. Joe is like OSI, Office of Secret Intelligence, and then you have, so the Cobra people are basically the villains super organization that orchestrates all the villainy. So they call that the Guild of Calamitous Intent. And so it's very much structured superheroes versus villains, and like each villain and hero are like, depending on their power and popularity and stuff, it's like they have they're given certain levels and stuff, and it's like how they're interacting with each other. But it's super fucking funny because there's one character who is a bad guy. He's Saint Cloud, and his superpower is he's just fucking rich, so he just collects.
Come on over here, agent.
So it's Iron Man.
So he's kind of like the fat guy from Goldfinger from 007, like the old school movies, where he just has this wealth, and all he does is picks on this one kind of like arch nemesis who is into pop culture shit, like this villain guy. But since the villain guy has money, he's always like buying all the good shit, and it just pisses off like the friend, like the good guy superhero. He's like, how dare you wear that costume, it should be in a museum. He's like sure, Billy, everything needs to be in a museum. But when you're wealthy like me, you just have to wear things out. Like it's ridiculous. It's like it's super ridiculous like shit, but the dialogue is like perfect. With henchmen and the super villains and shit. You can catch up.
What can you stream it on? Is it Hulu? It looks like.
Mm-hmm. It's on Hulu. Like all, I think 7 seasons that have come out for this show. So like the first season, the animation looks super dated, but then with each season, I don't know, I guess they got a better production company, so like the quality gets better.
Yeah, I was just looking at some of the stills from it, and I was like, damn, that looks old.
Oh yeah, like this has been going on, gosh, since I was in college. I think by like, let's see, so I graduated college I went into college in 2006, graduated in 2010. And so between that 2006 and 2010, I think they barely dropped like a 4th season. And then from there, 5th and a 6th or whatever as the years went by. Because that's the problem. It's like it takes the creators like forever to write the script for the episodes. And so then what ends up happening is it's like it's a full year goes by, nothing to show for it, and then all of a sudden it's like the next year, boom, they finally come out with the season for the show. And I think the last 2 seasons they've only been 10 episodes, whereas the previous seasons are like at least 12 to like 14 or something episodes.
Shit, yeah, because it says the first season was 2004.
Yeah.
And the pilot was 2003.
I'm telling you, like they're super slow, but then they finally come out with episodes, and they're like, I don't know. For me, they're like fucking genius with the dialogue, the references to certain superheroes and shit. Like so they, in the newer seasons, they have a guy it's totally like imitating Brad Pitt's character in Fight Club, but his hero is called Blind Rage, so he's a blind guy, but when he dresses up he looks like the Daredevil. So that's his like evil villain name is like Blind Rage, and when I see him I'm like, oh my god, this guy is fucking Brad Pitt's character, this is great. And he's got like the same mannerisms. with how he's talking from like Fight Club, and when he's donning the superhero outfit, it's like he's Daredevil with like biker boots that are like with flames and shit. Oh, it's great. They make fun of the Fantastic Four, and so like the Human Torch, he can't survive outside in the normal world because when his body gets exposed to oxygen, he just bursts into flames. He feels the pain.
Oh shit.
So he has to always be in this like tank. And then I forget what Mrs. Fantastic's ability is, but I think she has like psychic abilities and can can go invisible in Marvel, but in the Venture Brothers, all she has the ability to do is to turn her skin invisible. So then, like, you just see her like muscles, like appearing, like outwardly.
Muscular system walking around.
Yeah, basically, that's her ability. Is just to make her skin invisible, and that's it. That's like her only superpower. Mr. Fantastic can stretch, right? So he's got the good ability. And then like the Thing is basically like this big pinkish muscular thing, but unfortunately like he's like mentally like retarded and everything. Oh, it's great. It's great. Like it totally makes fun of them, and so like Mr. Fantastic's like embarrassed by all three of his family members. So like he basically tries to keep them in hiding in the laboratory, and all this shit. It's so like that's like one clean example of like them completely making fun of Marvel on that level. And then there's like Dr. Orpheus, who becomes the neighbor of the main guy of the show, Dr. Venture.
Mm-hmm.
Who he's kind of like, if you think about it, like he's kind of like the joke spoof on Johnny Quest. He's just older now, he's an adult, and he's constantly in the shadow of his dad, who's like this super genius that created a bunch of scientific whatever stuff that advanced humanity in all sorts of directions. So he's just constantly in the dad's shadow.
So the guy with the blue bandana.
So Rusty's like the bald dude with the goatee and thick glasses, who wears like, he calls it a speed suit, but it's basically a short sleeve jumpsuit. And like from a workshop. He's got his two kids who totally look like characters from like Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, that's right, those guys do look like Scooby-Doo characters.
Yeah. And like they have this assistant robot called Helper, and he just speaks in like beeps and chatters and shit. And it's hilarious because this robot, like, well, through his actions conveys like a lot of emotion with like the family.
Mm-hmm.
And like half the time the family picks up on what Helper's trying to do, and the other half like have no idea what's going on. And like the show doesn't give you any kind of they don't give you subtitles for what the fuck he's saying, so you have to kind of figure out what he's saying based on what everyone else's responses are. So it's kind of like Groot from that's the best equivalent I can come up with. He's sort of like Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy, because everyone can seem to understand what he's saying through these beeps. You have no idea what the fuck he's saying. Yeah, I was gonna say you need to watch these episodes and you'll see what I mean, but it's just fucking hilarious. There's so much good shit.
It's like 30-minute episodes, or they're long?
No, they're 30-minute episodes, so I'd say you could just
power through them.
Yeah, you can power through a bunch of them. I think the only thing that sucks is right now, Hulu, despite how old the show is, at least for me, they still play commercials, so that's what kind of slows it down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shit, I think Hulu's the only thing I don't have, so I'm gonna have to look. So you got Prime, and it looks like you have to pay episode by episode. Yeah.
Let me see if it's on Netflix. I want to say it's not anymore. I'm pretty sure, because Adult Swim's part of Warner Brothers with Viacom and all those guys with Cartoon Network, so I don't think they have a deal anymore.
And I just got Netflix too. For the longest time, I've just been Xfinity. And now it seems like I get Netflix and nothing really that great is on it.
Well, they got some stuff. Like, well, Netflix shows are actually, some of them are actually pretty decent.
True, yeah. I watched all the Umbrella Academy. I like that.
If you like really cool sci-fi short, like short stories between like, basically they're all like 30 minutes long. It's basic. I had to read the article behind it because I was like, this is really cool. But basically, this director, I forget his name right now, he basically wanted to do like a bunch of short stories based off of like the hardcore, like heavy metal genre of like Pulp Fiction type shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess he got a collaboration of a bunch of other artists to do a bunch of stuff all within the realm of science fiction. And I guess Netflix bought it and was like, all right, you guys compile it. We'll just fund you the money to make these short films. And so they're all like 30 minutes long each. And some of them are like really cool, like photorealistic CGI. And other ones are like very unique, artsy style of animation. But it's called Love, Death, and Robots from Netflix. And it's like 14 episodes, so like really good. Like some of them, I honestly wish like they would actually make a mini series.
All right, I found that.
Yeah, that one's actually really good. Like some of them are actually pretty fucking funny, and then some of them were like fucking morbid as fuck. They're like, oh, because it's like unrated and it's cartoon and CGI. Some of the gore gets pretty graphic, so that's not entirely what I expected. But it's like legit. So it's like, all right, at least they kept it up, or they were consistent with it. So that's cool.
I'll try that. Actually, something to watch on Netflix.
Yeah,
I was so disappointed. I was like, man, I thought this. Well, with the Umbrella Academy, I was like, I thought this shit was like a few seasons already. I didn't realize it was first season. I guess their first. Well, they just got renewed, so probably not until next year. There'll be more. Fuck. Now I can just cancel it and wait until next year and resubscribe to it.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
and then soon all the like Disney stuff is going away, right? It's happening soon, isn't it?
I want to say by the end of this year. Yes, because Disney's going to come out with their own Disney Plus service. So that's
who are they? Aren't they acquiring one of the streaming services right now to do that?
I actually don't know. I don't know if that's how they're doing it. Like they acquired another service and then they're piggybacking off of that to do that, or if they're just doing their own in-house streaming super duper thing. To be honest, I'm actually not quite sure.
Okay. It is a part of Hulu and ESPN Plus, apparently.
Yeah, because Disney owned ESPN, so that makes sense.
Yeah, so it says Disney wants its other streaming services, Hulu and sports-focused ESPN Plus, to run on the same tech platform, so you can subscribe to them with the same password and credit card info. Disney plans for all three to be individual subscriptions, but has said it's likely to bundle them at a discount. So it sounds like Hulu is what to get now.
Yeah, that's a bummer then. I mean, I have Hulu specifically because they did a bundle deal where I think for like an extra $5 or something, you can also then tack on HBO Now and stuff. So that's why. So that's how I'm able to, or at least that's how I did it, versus having paying $7 for Hulu, then another $10 for HBO Now. I'll just put everything together under one roof, and actually works out pretty well because then I'm able to see other HBO shows like Westworld, Game of Thrones, and Barry and shit all on with these guys, or through these guys, I should say.
Yeah, see, I guess I'm old school because I'm still tied to the cable companies with Xfinity, Comcast.
Yeah, I had them for a while when I lived in Salem, because they were the only providers I could find that could offer high speed.
Yeah.
Like actually, were like really good internet. So I was like, all right, I'll go with them, but I won't do the cable.
Yeah, my issues they keep bundling cable and internet. I'm like, shit. All right, I guess I'll just keep all of it.
That's how they kept trying to get me. Like a bunch of companies were like, we offer cable. I'm like, I was like, that's fine, but I don't do it. Like, I just don't do it anymore.
I guess that's the way of the future.
Mm-hmm.
No more cable, just streaming services.
Which is funny because I was just, I forget what it was. I was kind of like somewhat doing the math, and I was like, this comes out to roughly between, like, if I paid for Netflix and paid for Hulu and then paid for Disney Plus, I'm like, I practically am paying roughly for the amount of cable. But I will say, overall, I'll still go with the streaming services because, god damn it, I love the convenience to be able to just watch the show directly when I want versus going through I don't know how many minutes of commercials before I can finally get back to the show again. It's like, okay, I'll get 1, 2 commercials, maybe 3 on Hulu, depending if it's like a prime time show. But then after that, it's done. And it's like, I'll take that any day over
all the commercials on cable.
Yeah. Because I mean, that's what my mother-in-law does with her Dish network. It's like they just DVR the shows and they just fast forward through the commercials. I'm like, so then why even put the commercials? Just have it all digital like Hulu.
True, very true. Although sometimes I know, like with Xfinity, if you try and stream a show on demand, they disable the fast forward function. So you actually have to put it on your DVR in order to fast forward through the commercials.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Still, it seems like it's about time to abandon it. Because I mean, I would save a fortune if I just did streaming. Because I think Comcast this year I'm up to like $230 a month. I think for the cable and internet.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, and I mean, half the time I turn on TV, and I mean, all the channels, there's nothing to fucking watch. So, time to change, maybe.
Time to change indeed, bro. Yeah, I gotta change some of my loadouts. I'm just like looking at the disparity between like my armor and health between some of them, and it's like, how the hell am I so low on this one build for health, but like everything else is like roughly in the same ballpark. It's just maybe like,
just your crit build?
Yeah, it's like
super low.
Crit build is super low, but then like my skill build, my quote unquote that I labeled as a skill build because it's got 2,300 skill power. It's like armor's pretty good at 20k, health is at least 117k. Like, that's not bad. Like, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
But then it's like my crit hit, it's it's so bad. It's like all 200k armor and like 60k health. It's like, oh, that is terrible. Like, why? Like, why is it that bad?
Yeah, you start playing the game within the game, just min-maxing for hours.
That's basically what it's come down to. I was like, god damn. Which I guess that's what they wanted instead, but then it's like, ugh. I'm not loving it. Oh well. I'll stick with this one for now.
haven't even tried other builds. I've just been going crazy for trying to get the most damage to elites I possibly can.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I have like some backpacks that and gear sets that do damage to elites. But then, because of the way it's built, it's like, well, like the way I was doing it before was like, okay, I pop an EMP pulse, so that's good for PvP, and then I just drop one chem launcher for health, and then instantly I activate on the ropes for an extra 35% weapon damage while stuff's on cooldown. And since my skill levels are garbage, things last for a good while on cooldown, and I'll have an extra 35% damage. But then generally my crit chance is just low, so it's like, okay, whatever. But, you know, health-wise, everything, and armor's pretty damn good and all that. But then I'm hearing the new meta is, like, you to get unbreakable, so you have a shit ton of armor, and, like, you basically almost refill it back, so it's almost kind of like, it's almost close enough to Nomad.
Yeah.
Or you can go the other route, which is, like, get the gear mods, and so that way you can tweak things a little, and then all of a sudden just throw a shit ton of health or a shit ton of armor on, and then it's like you almost like could almost like never die, just because your armor is so massive or your health is so massive that you probably will be able to kill the other player before they diminish your health or diminish your armor, kind of a deal. So that's where I'm like, well, I guess I can go that route and hopefully proc some of these talents, since the talents don't seem to be tied towards your actual damage output. It's just literally like a health or a damage node, right? So it's like, you just need 4 blues. It's like, alright, I'll build 4 blues, yet somehow these 4 blues give me like 900k health or something with some of these generic mods. It's like, alright, that works. Anyway.
Do you use the hell is it? Cradled sent it to me a while ago. There's like a whole spreadsheet someone created to where you just put in the gear you want to use, and it basically shows you the build, the outcome of the build.
Oh, I've seen that online on Reddit. I haven't tried that out yet.
You get a change, so you only can have 4 blues.
Yeah, they did that as well.
Hardcore did that in Division 1, but in this game, or at least in this version, I haven't done it yet. Though it's tempting now. I mean, I'm practically there.
Yeah, now that that's what the game has become.
I'm practically there. I thought I had more crit chance, I guess not. Just dismantled a bunch of them then. For... God, it's ridiculous. I have so many Chew Patriot and Ongoing Directive backpacks. It's ridiculous.
Oh, I know. I wish dismantling would give you some of those components or something.
I already have a bunch from my own drops. It's just ridiculous. Like, just so many. Like, I know I have the full gear set to do both, but I'm like, but why? Like, whatever.
No point. Yeah. Maybe ongoing, like the special ammo is kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. The whole idea to just walk by and automatically just pick it up. You don't have to.
Yeah,
go
and then was it getting a kill grants special ammo in one of your guns, right?
Yeah. Like part of my skill build, I'm pretty sure uses part of Ongoing Directive with like knee pads and backpack or something. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, there needs to be more options right now. More gear sets.
Yeah. Whoa.
For Division 1, I just completely lost track. There's so many fucking different... In the end, once they did, what, Underground? That's when they released more of them, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, but I still had fun with it. I actually had fun building... I had fun with that one. Like, I did like a Firecrest build.
Splash out. Right on target. Those dip.
And that one was a lot of fun because I just had a flame turret, and then a buddy of mine was like Striker or Nomad or something, so he'd be like the face tank because
We need to prevent True Sons from using the Metro to transport chemical weapons.
percentages.
So
to get a
start by
full
disabling
life
any
back,
operational
and
trains
Dan
you
was so
find.
high
You
that
can't let those munitions
he
be
could, like,
distributed.
constantly
You saw
proc
what they did
and
to the
come
castle.
back instantly,
Detected. Nearby location. Guarded
and I was
by
just
hostiles.
constantly picking people off with fire crest because like my bullets would have flame elements. And turret would do more damage. So actually, that one was actually a lot of fun, just to fuck around with some of those builds.
Yeah. Oh, they're way more diverse than what they are now. Not as soon as this game came out, they'd have done that from the get-go. Way more.
Gonna finish off that agent.
It's not hard. Harder than normal.
I don't know.
This feels like normal.
It's got the 3 markers. I think this is on.
Oh yeah. Huh. Seems like we're melting these guys.
So sad. Goddamn. Does less damage.
Garbage.
I know it does less damage than the basically the roided up AWP Magnum. It's so ridiculous.
It's disappointing. I mean, I don't know why they did that. Oh, shit. It was just based on fire rate. Fire rate on the nest is so slow. But when you only need one bullet, yeah. The hell is this guy? Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Scanning. Operational train details.
Agent, find a way to put that train out of commission. They have eyes on Wilson. Outside near the main entrance to the mall. We need to terminate this son of a bitch. There's no direct route from your position, so you'll have to divert through the hotel and into the mall.
Can you put special ammo on the TAC 50? I've never tried.
Yeah, I've tried that. It's literally just it's special ammo.
Hostile radio intercepted.
Get the munitions. We gotta secure the ordnance. Negative. The subway's compromised. Then find another way.
I can't see him from...
Look on this!
I just remember this mission now. Get behind also.
Oh yeah, he's in the pool.
Sploogey guy.
Oh yeah, that was one of my builds. The skill build, it was basically the splooge launcher.
Nice.
Well, I mean, apparently when they're ensnared, you do like a shit ton of more damage, and when I guess you have the skill up, it like refills like for another shot like pretty quickly. I would say it's almost like you only get one shot with it, but like it recharges pretty fast. Because it's funny because I saw some guy online on YouTube build with that in the dark zone. It is hilarious. Oh yeah! The snare really works. Like
They're moving on the flank.
you have to basically build around
To get it to do the extra damage.
Elevator that should take you to the mall.
So it's like-
Wilson is still by the entrance. We've
So
spotted
with
a
the
mortar
snare, it already
fuel.
does like a,
These are probably the
I forget
fuckers who
what
attacked the
percentage is,
castle.
like it's an extra 50 to 80% damage to ensnare. But then, if you don't have any snare resistance, like it takes almost like a full 4 to 5 seconds to break yourself free. So if you
Hostile forces
enhance the
incoming.
ensnare for like ensnare health and everything, you can like stretch out that time even further.
They're almost on me!
Shit, I never thought of making a snare build like that.
Against player stuff, they can't move. So you can just basically load a full clip into their head and like kill them.
Shit.
Like an ensnaring thing. It's not like you have to hit spot on. Striking, zigzagging.
There's a bunch of dummies like me running around with zero resistance to that shit.
That's exactly what is worried about.
He's hit.
No one
Yeah. Exactly. I don't have resistance to like anything because people using like skill builds like that aren't really a threat. It's mostly just the high DPS guys. That's, I don't know. I guess that'll be the direction the game goes eventually. Be more diversity.
Oh yeah.
And now it's just stack DPS.
Yeah, I think
DC-62 toxin detected. Contamination level lethal.
I think I could
What
probably
the
figure
hell?
out a way to
These
have,
readings are insane. They must have a lab nearby for weaponizing this shit.
to
Make
have
sure you
the
put it
skill
out of
and
operation.
DPS at the same time.
Shit. Rocket Man.
Serious trauma detected.
Thank you. I was afraid she was about to one-hit me. One-hit punch. Doesn't seem like it. This guy's still damn near kill me when they hit me. And your punch is like, oh, that's cute. Little love tap.
Basically. You sock him in the arm and he like punch you in the nuts every time.
No shot for me.
Dismantle the rest of that crap once you've cleared the site.
There's a true sunbox right here. Light machine gun guys in this one, man. Bad engineer, shit. you tried any type of shield builds yet?
I did.
Didn't like it.
I thought it was okay. Like, I really wish I could have more mobility, but it wasn't. Like, it just seemed like really slow. But I think what I'm gonna try to do is when I build and make the pistol, like work on that pistol build with the Liberty, see what I can do to have pistol shield.
Oh, that
way, if I need to pop the shield, grab myself something that I can do that.
Can't get a line on him.
shit. Sorry.
And it's gonna be perfect.
Don't let Wilson get away.
Take him down. Wilson's own one.
Easy. Oh, more.
As ruthless as the two sons were, the Black Tusk are smarter and more ambitious. Your actions here prevented a major war crime. I'm sure of it.
The world's gone to hell, but yes, we're still worried about the Geneva Conventions.
Oh, I know, right?